Saying today is a special day.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Uprising boxes that have been opened.
Yeah, this is from the last 25 or 24. That's like 96 boxes, 24 cases out of the last 25 cases we had. This is our last case. This is the end of our project after we open up this case. But oh my god, it's like 258 boxes. That's a lot of damn boxes. That's like 65 cases of Uprising. And I kind of regret, just a little bit, that we committed to our super mass box opening. Like, these are bulk boxes. So we have 18 bulk boxes of mint pack fresh commons. That is like 130 to 150,000 of bulk Uprising commons. I didn't really think it out, like what the externalities were of opening this much damn Uprising. It was fun when it started, but we had to, we didn't want to be filming until 2024. So we fast-tracked it, and we were going to open up our final case. But first, a review to the overhead cam. All right. Welcome to FaBled Hunters.
I'm Yuanji.
I'm Saint.
And we're going to open some stuff.
Yes, we're going to finally close out our last case of Uprising. But before that, just a quick review.
It's been a long journey.
Yep. Of the second half of our Uprising cases. It literally took me all weekend. So I haven't even sorted it out. Just first, the alt arts. There's a handful of alt arts and 29 cases.
Much fewer than I thought that there would be.
Really?
Yeah.
29 cases. There's 5, 10, 16.
So you get like less than one per case.
Yeah, that's half per case. 0.6 alt arts per case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here are the foils. There's some FaBleds and some legendaries. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 41. So we did pretty good on the RF legendaries and FaBleds. Okay, now for the cold foils. We've got different renditions of cold foils in 29 cases. 29 cases. How many boxes is that? 116?
That's like 100, yeah, 116.
116. So that's a crap ton of common cold foils, right? Are we getting that on camera? Crap ton of common cold foils. Ash here and there.
Ash has, I think, by far been the most, I don't want to say collectible, because I don't think people are necessarily like collecting them, but I think they're just like people who enjoy playing with cold foil Ash.
Yeah.
Need like 10 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think there's like stages. You either get the common cold foil Ash, or the lowest stage you just use a token.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. No elitism there.
Yeah. Stage 2, you use the common cold foil Ash. I think they're like $10 each last time I checked.
Okay.
Stage 3, it's like 10 marble Ash.
10 marble Ashes.
Like $100 each.
Yep. I think they're close to 120 right now, actually. And I got just pulled 5 Frost Hexes and 5 Burnamals conveniently. And then here are the normal marvels, the non too exclusive marvels. So Marble Dragons, 5, 10, 15 Phoenix Flame in there, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 48. Okay, we will do the sorting after we have all the data. We will do the sorting of all 258 boxes that we've opened on this channel.
Yeah.
And we'll go through it, but that will be on the long game on Patreon. So let's see, special marvels, right? Speak of the dragon, the Icelander, the Ash, 5, 9. Wow, that's
How many-
One per 3 cases.
How many did you say were the normal Marvels?
What do you mean?
45?
40 something. Yep.
Yeah, and then 9, so 54.
54
like
Marvels.
about 1 every 2 boxes.
Yeah, 1 every 2 boxes roughly. And here are the good cold foils. So we had a solid run in these last 29 cases.
Yeah, I remember when you started the project, you're like, oh man, like I just didn't even get like a Crown of Providence cold foil.
Yeah.
You're like, how am I gonna get? Like,
How are we gonna get it? How are we gonna get the Blood of Drakai? But
Yeah.
they came towards the end. 3 crowns, 3 Blood of Drakais towards the end.
Yeah.
And that's 5, 10, 15 specials. So
also
That's
about like 1 every other case.
other case. Absolutely. Again, join our Patreon. We're gonna go in with the financial angles. We're gonna go in with the deep analysis via spreadsheets and whatnot to break down Uprising. There's actually a lot of value in Uprising if you can even get your hands on it. So yeah, there's still ways to monetize in-print Flesh and Blood. Unlike the crap that other publishers publish, this stuff retains value.
Yeah, I'm actually quite.
Did they catch my MTG snipe right there? I just want to make sure.
Now they.
All right.
I think it's actually quite interesting how well the Uprising has kind of maintained its value.
Yeah. They won an award for being set of the year, and I agree with them.
Yeah. First, I think experiment that LSS has done with doing these like Marvel cold foils, and I think it's been proving out to be a success, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Just like you were saying in that other episode about the Angel, Soraya, and the Mechanoid, right?
Oh, yeah.
That just came out?
Yeah, so we did an episode on Patreon where we're kind of talking about, for Dynasty, what we think the financials of the set are going to end up being. But definitely, I think the people have spoken where they really do value the Marvel treatment of cards.
Yeah, they seem to have.
All right, what do we have?
Oh, there's our first M.
First Majestic.
And we'll open up these last 4 boxes just to see if we got anything special. But yeah, I mean, since we're talking about this set and we're opening this set, this was a really special set, I would say. And it really capped off an amazing experience on Fab 2.0. I was a little concerned. I wasn't worried or I wasn't doubtful of LSS's ability to execute, but I was initially a little concerned. And I think they definitely passed this test with flying colors. They executed well.
Yeah, I think anytime that a company is kind of like deviate from their like formula, you always have to wonder like.
You gotta be concerned, right? You gotta scratch your head a little bit.
But yeah, I think it's the right move.
Frost Hex.
I think it was the right move. I think ultimately there is a reason, I think, why a lot of the other games have also like moved away from the first edition model.
Okay.
And I think that just being that you end up kind of, I think, competing against yourself in like a negative way.
Okay.
So I think like this like version that like is pretty good.
I like it, but at the same time, it just makes the pulling of cold foils super, like good cold foils, super painful. It's really tough to pull the good cold foils. I'm just gonna sleeve the rainbows.
Yeah, but how do you feel about opening $1,000 boxes and pulling no cold foils?
Oh, you mean pulling proxies?
No. I mean like when you open Arcane Rising.
Oh.
And you pull 0 cold foils.
Oh, I thought we were still on the whole sniping WotC thing, but no, that's fine. But yes, opening $1,000 boxes or $2,000 to $3,000 boxes and opening no cold foils kind of feels bad. But at the same time, if our viewers watched I don't even know if you watched it. Did you watch the Dynasty opening, the first Dynasty opening with Sires and them?
Chris I watched it kind of like in the background. What part of it are you referring to?
The part where we pulled an E-Strike. Oh, and then the rainbow foil E-Strike.
Yes.
And then the tunic. That probably, I'm not trying to wish myself like dry boxes, but that paid for a couple of boxes worth of excitement. Like I was just out of the chair after that. I was just ridiculously excited. I hadn't experienced that since the Arcane opening from Once Upon a Time.
Oh yes, good times.
Yes, that was. We captured probably the most epic Arcane box ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the I and CNC rainbow foil.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Still haven't released that video. We should release that video soon.
Which one?
The what happened to the I and CNC video, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep. We probably should release that video soon, but we'll see. So far, just the Frost Hex in box 1.
Yeah. I think for, in general, in Uprising, there's not a ton of cards that you can really get other than just like the special cold foil. So I think Frost Hex is probably like the hit of the box.
Okay.
You could always get a legendary.
You could, right?
Like a, yeah. Like
Rainbow foil legendary?
Rainbow foil.
What else? Nothing? Okay, you got
By Pucks.
Yeah, you got
I got a little allusion to the Arachne.
Mm-hmm.
Is in the art.
Yep. I still think Arachne is female, honestly. A lot of people are saying he. I think that the character is a she.
People are saying that they think that Arachne is Shiana or something.
Really?
Yeah, I remember reading somewhere about, I think someone was going into the lore where I think it was in the Icelander lore where Shiana is talking to Icelander.
Yeah, saying what up.
And then they're saying, I think Shiana was saying like, I will get an audience with the Emperor. And now the Emperor is dead.
Okay.
So I'll leave it to you to kind of,
you the viewer?
yeah, to kind of think about what could have happened.
What could have happened?
And then also, here's another little cool piece of, I think, Flesh and Blood Easter eggs. So, do you know the warrior card in Dynasty? The one that has like the kind of weird looking, like doesn't really look like Dorinthia, but
Iron Song Pride?
Yeah.
The girl with the scar over her eye?
Yeah, and then a lot of people said that they thought that was Dorinthia.
But it's not.
But it's not. It doesn't, like, it looks similar to Dorinthia.
Yeah.
But is not really Dorinthia.
He's definitely not Dorinthia.
So she has the same scar over her eye as the person in the Leave No Witnesses art.
Ooh. Cornet peek.
And so I think if when we do our Dynasty opening, if we do open those cards, I'll point it out again.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like the same artist did both cards. And I think it's like a little Easter egg that they put in to kind of allude to the fact that the warrior in the Iron Song Pride is actually an assassin.
Really? So you're speculating that it was Cheyenne all along?
Yeah.
Really?
Do you know, do you follow like League of Legends, like lore or anything like
Somewhat, yeah.
Do you know how like there's like
Arcane.
a meme where it's like LeBlanc is like everywhere?
No.
So it's like
I'll look it up though.
I think the story is like a little convoluted, but it's like LeBlanc is actually like Swain and is also like Jarvan.
Really?
And the story is actually just like LeBlanc like making an illusion.
Okay.
So maybe they took some hints from that.
So they're just joking. Ooh. What is it? Ah, as will I. Okay. Still cool.
Shoot! Hold on. I've been messing up.
What do you mean?
I have to go through my comments. I haven't fully been going through the back. I forgot about the cold foil.
Cold foil? Okay. As will I marvel. Bam. There you go. More marvels to come in our upcoming episodes.
Yeah, I haven't actually opened an Uprising pack in so long. So I've done a lot of drafts in Organized Play, but they like take out all the cold foils and the tokens.
Okay.
That I completely forgot that there was another cold foil spot. So maybe we're missing out.
Wait, no, there's only one cold foil spot, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant, like at the back.
Whereas, because there's no draft environment, Dynasty has 2 cold foil spots, right?
Yeah, I think one of the spots is like just for like assassin cards.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I did miss one.
Oh, you had an Ash. You did miss one.
That's actually a nice one.
Wow, that's not bad for a common cold foil, right? Ash is actually pretty good. That's $10 plus pickup. There you go. So back to our first box, we did okay.
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad.
All right, that was the only one.
So you're still, are you on that boat? Are you literally saying that it's always Cheyenne and it's Cheyenne? Basically it's Cheyenne.
Yeah. We got a majestic.
Chill.
A majestic rainbow foil. I think that some people are speculating that Cheyenne is actually in like the Assassin's Guild.
Okay.
And maybe we'll get like a shapeshifter assassin or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Or maybe the shapeshifter is the assassin. And that's just how the story came about.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Help with 2 packs. Then we're on to box 3.
Yep.
Oh man, this set really had a good bunch of stuff, man. And from what I heard, the Crown of Providence changed the game again. Changed what was standard to the meta, and it just ousted Skullcap, right?
Yeah, I think because of how good Command and Conquer is as a card,
Yeah.
and because of how good Crown of Providence is against Command and Conquer, it kind of shakes things up where Command and Conquer is a lot less playable when the best decks are all playing Crown of Providence.
Okay.
And is, as like a result, I think that Crown of Providence, unless you have like a really good reason, is just kind of mandatory. I think the only exceptions are like Crown of Seeds, obviously, does like a similar thing, or if you're playing like Ninja, like the masks are just so powerful that you can open yourself up a little bit.
Okay.
But I think the way that they designed the game, honestly, like, that's like credit to LSS for, it's like internally, like the game is kind of like self-balancing, where like how good the card is dependent on kind of like the heroes that happen to be like good at the time, right?
Okay.
So you make some classes where you give them kind of like busted helms. I think that Assassin will also be like a class where the helm spot is going to be a source of power for them, and so they don't need like a generic helm.
Okay.
I don't know if Guardian will be that after Oldham rotates.
Sure.
But it's just like, that's how they kind of like balance out cards. Like obviously they can't like print a card that's more powerful than CNC.
Okay.
But what they can do is they can make a situation where CNC can be situationally less powerful based off of the other cards that, like the other classes that.
Yeah. Well, just like I've said before, back in the Starvo days, CNC became significantly less powerful because Starvo was there. Oldham was playing as well, right? Oldham was pretty in meta too. And that meant that Crown of Seeds was, awesome, was the way to go, and everybody was playing Crown of Seeds, right?
Yeah.
So when everybody was playing Crown of Seeds, then guess what? You could almost at any time replace your arsenal and prevent 1 damage and draw a card, right? So your arsenal wasn't a big deal. Now it seems your arsenal is a big deal again.
Yeah, and I think that there's like always ebbs and flows. Like I think right now Findel Spring Tunic is got a
Nice.
extended art. I think Findel Spring Tunic is kind of ubiquitous as being kind of like a chest that you always want to play, especially like as a way to like, maybe counter Icelander a little bit. But there could also like be like it's a period in time when you just really want armor on your chest plate. And then so cards like tectonic plating or something, you know, just end up being a lot better. That's just kind of like how the how the game like checks itself like without necessarily power creeping. I think we have seen power creep somewhat. Definitely since the original 3 sets, there has been power creep. But I think overall, since that time, since Monarch, it's been steady, or if not a small decline, with like some exceptions, like Duskblade or Awakening.
Okay. Well, they did take responsibility for Tales of Aria. Tales of Aria, most of that was done under New Zealand's lockdown, right?
Yeah, I heard that there were like extenuating circumstances regarding like how well they could like do. Ooh,
Kylori. Yeah.
Like extenuating circumstances with regards to how well they could do testing with their setup, and they've since like taken steps to kind of fix the circumstances that caused like these oversights to happen.
Well, in New Zealand is no longer under zero tolerance draconian lockdowns, right?
Yep.
So that made a difference. And ever since then, I don't think there's been anything ultra OP that's been printed in either Uprising and now Northern Dynasty, right?
Yeah, I feel like Icelander is just kind of OP.
Ooh, hey, that doesn't suck.
Nice, we got a FaBled.
Yep.
I think Icelander is
FaBled
kind of
Blood
OP.
Yep.
But Icelander is kind of OP in the sense that all wizards are a little OP.
You think so?
Yeah.
So you think Icelander and Kano are nearly equally OP?
No, I think Icelander is more
OP than Kano?
Yeah, but only because
Yep.
she starts with 6 more health.
Really?
Yeah.
Because 36 versus 30.
Yep.
That's the only reason why.
Yeah.
Okay. But isn't Kano more dynamic in his ability to replace cards and draw forever and just pull out a bunch of gotchas?
Yeah. Okay, here's the tip. So I think when they design a lot of the wizard cards, and if you look at the numbers behind the arcane damage spells that they print, like LSS understands that arcane damage
Harder to prevent?
is harder to prevent.
Yep.
So they make it so that the cards are a little bit undercosted. So here's an example. Aether Ice Vein costs 3, does 3 damage.
Yep.
I think the highest thing that would cost 3 in Arcane would do 4 damage for 3 cost, right?
Okay.
Compare that to a card like any other.
So
like,
overcosted. They're too expensive.
Yeah, any other like physical attack, if it costed 3, it should do
7.
like 5 damage. In a blue. Yeah, 7 damage in red.
Okay.
You're right. I think if it costs 3 in Arcane, they could make one that does 6.
But that's already overpowered.
even then, I think they're hesitant to print that.
Yep.
Most of the time, we see them capping the arcane damage spells around 5.
Because it's hard for any deck to come up with 7 resources.
Yeah, but I think for Kano, one of his limitations is that he kind of has to always play these non-tech actions. But Icelander has a lot more flexibility because you only like really need to play blue arcane damage.
Okay.
And you can play red attacks, as Mr. Hamilton has.
Yep, as he's shown everybody. He's shown the world.
Yeah. And so I think when you combine these things, like the flexibility that Icelander has, it just makes it so that she's like much more. She's actually the more dynamic of the 2 wizards.
Okay.
Where you can both do the physical attacks and the.
Is Stormstriders screwed for Icelander as well? Or
yeah, do Stormstriders is part of the reason why the numbers end up being kind of juiced for Icelander. Okay. So because you get to do your final turn, so like Stormstriders, basically it just reads like I get to play like 1 attack on your turn, right? But since I can play that extra attack on your turn, I'm doing an extra like 5 damage. So you essentially start the game at 5 less health, plus whatever it is from like the blue that I play and my waning moon. So let's say like normal heroes, they start at 40 health.
Yep.
Icelander, like you can play something on your arsenal, it does 3. Your Waning Moon does 3. Your Storm Strider's attack, let's say it does 5, right?
Okay.
I can throw like 11 damage at you on your turn. You essentially start the game, even if you like realistically you can block like maybe like 3.
At like 31.
Like while you're attacking, you're starting at like 30, 31.
Okay.
And so I think they balance Kano around that fact. Kano starts at 30. But Icelander starts at 36. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think on with that regards, it's supposed to be like a little bit self-correcting due to the fact that arcane damage is a little bit overcosted. But I think that for the case of Icelander,
she gets the best of both worlds.
Yeah, she just doesn't.
And she doesn't get penalized enough, and her HP decrease of 10% was not enough, whereas Kano gets a 25% HP decrease.
Yeah. I think it's difficult to have a world where Icelander is truly bad, but there are some heroes that are pretty good against Icelander. Like, I think that Dash is actually quite strong into Icelander.
Oh, really?
So especially now that Dash has gotten some more power in Dynasty, I think that
she's going to be viable? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that, well, also that it is, like, Rhinar is also very good against Icelander. Icelander's kind of weakness, core weakness, is that on offense, she can't use 4 cards very well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Icelander wants to be blocking with 2 cards, using 2 cards, or 3, or blocking with 1 card, playing 3 cards. Icelander doesn't use 4 cards that well.
Okay.
So especially if you play like a hero like Rhinar, you have Intimidates. That actually messes up with Icelander's game plan quite a bit.
Really?
Because it's like, here, I'm going to make it so you can't block, and you get to throw your 4 at me, but you can't really throw 4, so you only throw 3 at me back.
Okay.
You know, that's that kind of dynamic.
I see. So Rhinar's disruption ends up benefiting and gives them an unfair advantage versus Icelander.
Yeah, so I think they've done, they kind of have it mapped out, I think. So like every set where there's always going to be a best deck. So every set where the best deck ends up like kind of getting, not like countered, but like they buff the heroes that are good against that best deck later on.
Okay. By the way, just what about Rune Blades? What about Rune Blades right now?
I think it's a sad time for Rune Blades.
It is?
All of the Dynasty Rune Blade cards, I think, all just not too good. But I mean, like...
What about that Doom card that counts them down on a clock?
I think, what's
Looming
his name?
Doom?
I think Ethnic Smoke.
Ethnic Smoke?
Yeah,
he's another content creator.
He's a content creator. Really smart guy, competitive player as well. I think he did a video kind of recently. I think it got posted today on while we're recording on is Looming Doom an auto include? And I think my personal opinion is with the current pool of cards, Looming Doom is so bad.
It is?
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see. My issue with Looming Doom is that it takes too long to...
Usually people are dead before that effect.
Yeah, it's like...
dividends, right?
It's like one of those things where in order to get like fair value for a card, you have to be popping 7 rune chants with that card. Okay. But then in order to like get your ROI, you have to live for 7 turns.
Oof.
That's quite a long time.
Okay.
We got our race face.
Yeah.
It's quite a long time. So I think that there is potentially some merits to Looming Doom. I don't think with the current card pool. But I do see that they're kind of working at this like more slow pace of play, rune chant oriented like thing. And it's like one of those things where I think they're kind of like building up into it.
Okay.
Kind of, you know, like how Cash Out was just like unplayable when it first came out.
Okay.
And then they're building support for it.
Okay. But what about... Okay, for example, what about the 78 points that Briar needs? Do you think she survives ProQuest Season 1?
Yes.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Then it must be really bad for...
Well, they also reduce the amount of points that you get per ProQuest win.
Okay.
So you only get 2 points per ProQuest win, so she has to win like 40 ProQuest to...
Okay.
And 40 is probably going to be about like a quarter of them, or like 1/5 of them.
Okay.
And I don't think that Briar will win a quarter of all the pro
you
fights.
think she's done? She's done for a while. She's done winning for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I think the Icelander matchup is particularly difficult for Briar.
Okay.
I think that Dash is also not an easy matchup for Briar with the new cards.
Okay.
So
Dash got buffed. Icelander didn't get buffed, right?
Icelander did not really get buffed.
Okay. And Rune Blades are now no longer as fearsome as they were a while ago.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, to all the people who are, like, naysayers who are complaining about how the game is just, like, dead because Rune Blades, like, reigned supreme for...
A couple months.
Like, basically...
A lot of 2022.
About a year.
Yeah.
I think, like, Chain plus Briar, like... You know, like...
Plus this.
Yeah, like, they had their time... And now Dynasty came out, didn't really give them anything new, and nor do I think that it should have.
Yep. I don't think... I think they were fine just where they were already, so...
Yeah. I think LSS does kind of know at least a little bit of what they're doing in terms of making the game engaging to play.
At least a little. At least a little. Okay, to go through the final hits of the case.
Yeah.
1 EA, 1 Legendary, Coronet Peak.
Yeah.
A FaBled.
Yep.
2 commons, well, 3 commons including the Ash.
Yeah.
1 Frost Hex. And your 2 dragons. That's not bad for a
I think
case.
this is a pretty decent case.
Yeah, 6 cold foils, a FaBled, a Legendary, and an EA.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll compile the data. That's 258 boxes down. You'll see a Farewell to Uprising episode in the long game, our Patreon content. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye. We're back.